In today's video, we're going to be talking about a handful of interesting Grand Theft Auto 6 leaks. I'm going to be putting a lot of stuff on the screen, so that's why no face cam in this video. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So this is coming from Rockstar Games insider Tex2, who has rebranded a little bit, but still the same Rockstar Games insider. Someone said on-foot radio has been a thing in open world games for ages now. It's beyond time for GTA to have the feature, in my opinion. And he said it already does. What plays during GTA 5's end credits is the on-foot radio, or what Rockstar calls the mobile phone radio. And I think 100% this should be a feature in Grand Theft Auto 6. I think it's about time we're able to enjoy the fantastic soundtrack that Rockstar puts into these games outside of the vehicles. We see this a little bit in Grand Theft Auto Online, like if you have like a television that might be playing music or a radio or a stereo. But there is no ability, at least currently, to just load up your phone like you would probably right now in real life with your smartphone and open up a music app like Spotify or Apple Music or something like that. Rockstar Games has parodies of these apps already in game, and they already apparently have the ability to do so, but we haven't officially seen it. Now, there's more follow-up to this, as someone said, as long as they don't delay the game again, just to add this feature. And he said, why delay when said feature already exists? Now, I don't know a ton about video game development, but I would say that's already good news that said feature already exists, because it probably means it's not all that difficult to get into the final version of the game. Because someone also ended up saying, but since you mentioned it, where does it exist? Is something from the 2022 leak? And he said, nope, you could say it's part of the engine. Red Dead Redemption 2 was built on top of GTA 5, but integrated a lot of Red Dead Redemption 1 functions. You can expect the same with GTA 6. It'll be built on top of Red Dead Redemption 2, but it will integrate functions from Grand Theft Auto 5. There's no need for them to reinvent the radio system when they already invented it for previous GTAs as well as GTA 5, and can simply upgrade it to GTA 6's standard. The same thing with vehicle handling. The handling metafile structure has been roughly the same between titles, but the physics behind it differs between said titles. So this is something I've talked about a lot in previous videos. Essentially, if you like the feel of Red Dead Redemption 2, then you're going to like the feel of Grand Theft Auto 6, because that's what Grand Theft Auto 6's engine is going to be built on top of, and because of that, it should be pretty easy for them to implement something like that into the engine. It's very much like he said, how the vehicle handling files work. They're pretty much the same. Rockstar's just tweaking the physics between each title. While that might be pretty neat, the cherry on top is this. Rockstar had plans to update the Record A studios in GTA Online to add beta-rater-alike features, letting you make custom mixes and such, but all of this ended up being canned. We'll definitely see it in Grand Theft Auto 6. A mobile radio music player is a small step compared to this. So how awesome is that? It sounds like in Grand Theft Auto 6, we're gonna be able to create our own custom mixes and music. And this shouldn't be a surprise based on how much Rockstar has incorporated music making in Grand Theft Auto Online in their last couple of updates. You know, think the music locker, think the nightclub, stuff like that. But also what we've seen in the Grand Theft Auto 6 promotional materials. There's a lot of characters that are seemingly tied to the music industry, and a lot of the locations we've seen so far are surrounded by music. So it's no surprise that we're going to be able to create our own custom songs and own custom mixes. It was something that Rockstar was going to introduce in Grand Theft Auto Online, but it looks like seemingly they're going to be saving it for Grand Theft Auto 6. So that part is so cool. I can't wait to see that feature introduced. Hopefully it's not something that's cut before the game ultimately arrives. Now moving on to another topic, and that is story mode DLCs and expansions for Grand Theft Auto 6. We haven't seen a Rockstar Games title get some sort of single player update since Grand Theft Auto 4, when Rockstar Games provided two of some of the biggest and best updates of all time, the Ballad of Gay Tony and the Lost and the Damned. However, Insider Test Funds 2 said this: I know I'm reviving the discussion from a few pages ago about whether the next title after GTA 6 should be on the scale of Red Dead Redemption and Grand Theft Auto. But Dan did say in the Lex Fridman interview that they wanted to do GTA 5 single-player DLCs, but had to choose between that or compromising on Red Dead Redemption 2. The thing is, this isn't too different from what Rockstar is reportedly planning for Grand Theft Auto 6, expanding the game over time, presumably story/map expansions. The risk is that that could be compromised if their next game is an open world Red Dead Redemption GTA scale game. Personally, I would love to see them actually deliver story expansions this time around. If it means their next game ends up being linear, so be it. And honestly, I'm going to agree with Text 2 here. GTA 6 is going to be the biggest game of all time. I would love to see story mode expansions, map expansions, and if that means that Rockstar Games' next title is a little bit smaller, let's just say Bully 2 for example, instead of like another full-scale Red Dead Redemption 3, I think that would be worth it. And I think that Grand Theft Auto 6's map also sets up perfectly for map expansions too. You've got tropical islands to the south, you've got more neighboring states like Alabama and Georgia to the north. There's a lot going on in Florida, which of course is fictional Leonida, and I feel like Rockstar could make some very interesting expansions here. And for those of you guys that are wondering who Dan is, that's Dan Houser, who used to be the president of Rockstar Games, and he ended up revealing some of his thoughts in an interview that he did a couple of weeks ago. So there's the context on that. And moving on, there's also been a lot of talk about PC gaming recently. Someone ended up essentially asking that question or making a comment about how PC has taken over the console market, it's a bigger share, and why Rockstar doesn't do a simultaneous release on console and PC. Talking about how Rockstar says they're trying to optimize the game, but it's always about trying to double dip their sales. Well, Insider Test Funds 2 said this. He said they're prioritizing the console builds as stable versions, especially the PlayStation one for some reason. I guess it's a Rockstar culture thing. The game is reportedly, via Tom Henderson, content complete, and yet they still need a year of polishing to optimize the console builds. And he asked the question, so how do you come to the conclusion that the PC version is as optimized as the console builds? And I truly do believe that's the answer. Yes, I'm sure there's some behind the scenes business stuff with the console makers like Xbox and PlayStation. I bet there's some sort of exclusivity there, and it looks like Rockstar is leaning towards keeping their relationship with PlayStation and the PS5, but I do truly believe it's because this game is so complex, and it's complex on the consoles. So if it's complex on the consoles, you know for a fact that it's going to be even more complex on the PC version. So I don't think it's a matter of Rockstar wanting to double dip. I mean, it might work out in their favor if they end up releasing it later in the console cycle and then are able to get like a PC version out, hopefully sooner rather than later. But I think it's just because this game is so complex and it's already hard enough to develop on the consoles that it's even that much more difficult to develop on the PC. But anyways, that is all the information that I've got for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. Again, I'd love to hear from you guys in those comments down below. Let me know what you think about some of the leaks we talked about in this video today, like Grand Theft Auto 6 getting story and map expansions, potentially a feature coming to the game that will allow us to make our own custom music and mixes, as well as possibly being able to listen to the music and the soundtrack of the game on our phones outside of the vehicles, which seems like such an easy feature. Hopefully that's something that Rockstar introduces. Let me know what you think in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on and enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the GTA 6 videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.